guys, thanks for finding my channel and thank you so much for watching this video. This is my January favourites along with my most worn items of clothing that I've really enjoyed through the month of January. You may recognise some of these pieces because I've mentioned them previously, but it's just 3 staples that I've purchased and they just make me feel fantastic when I wear them. So I've worn them lots of times, so I wanted to share again because it's the January favourites. So let's get into the video. So first I want to talk about some hair care, in fact, and it's the range from Mark Hill. It's their sort of Style Addict, it's their heat protection range. You may recognise this packaging. I've been using a heat protection spray from this range for years. They've kind of mixed up the range a little bit, haven't exactly repackaged, but the logo has kind of changed. The font of the front of the packaging has changed, but the pink and the orange remains. And I'm so pleased because I think it looks fabulous. So I've had to kind of purchase some different items from the range as my heat protection. And I like their heat protection because it's almost like a dry spray. Again, I've mentioned this before, it doesn't really soak your hair. Again, you've already made it wet from washing it, you're gonna blow dry it. I don't want to re-wet it with the heat spray to then use the hairdryer. Do you understand what I mean? I like a spray because I do kind of try to let my hair air dry as much as possible. So like I say, I like more of a drier kind of spray on my hair before styling it. Anyway, so the items that I've really enjoyed is the Magic Curl Spray, which is just a spray that I use all over my hair before I go in with any heat styling. And the scent is actually not quite as strong as the one that I used to use, this Sleek and Straight heat spray. That was quite potent. But yeah, I really enjoy that one. But I've moved on to this one, which is the Curl Hold Spray. I think there's one particular time I was going to repurchase that Magic Curl and I just couldn't find it, so I picked up this one. And I was really glad that I did, because when I'm styling my hair, I am trying to grow it a tiny bit and grow the layers out a little bit, kind of keep it around this length, but grow the layers out a little bit and put a bit of curl through it. But my hair would just lose curl just like that. It absorbs all the moisture from the air and all the curls just drop. So this long wear curl hold spray is really nice. I use it as a bit of heat protection first, go in with my straighteners to do as my curl, and then I sort of finish off with this, and it kind of adds a little bit of extra sort of grip to the hair. You can tell when you've curled with your straighteners on top of using this, and then you take your straighteners away, it's there, it's set, it just makes the curls, it does what it says on the tin, okay? It does make the curls last a bit longer. So following on from that, I knew I would appreciate this anti-humidity frizz control spray. Now this is just an item that once you've finished styling, you've done everything you're doing to your hair. I don't tend to use hairsprays. I don't know why, I just think I don't wash my hair every day, I wash my hair every other day, and on that second day that I'm not washing, if I've used a hairspray before, I just don't like the texture so much of my hair. Whereas this, their frizz control spray, you spritz this on all over. It's a lovely fine mist in sort of that stage the way you would put a hairspray on, and it just helps to control. Obviously I haven't tried the humidity side of it so much because we haven't got any here in the UK at the moment, but we will do going forward, obviously into spring and summer when it warms up a bit. But it's they advertise it as like having an umbrella on your hair for 24 hours. I would be very impressed if that is the case, because a lot of anti-humidity products don't tend to work for my hair. So far I'm enjoying it, but obviously we're in the winter and I have a hood and I have an umbrella, so that is my wet weather protection, but I'm hoping this is going to help going forward into the summer months. So next would be from the Moroccan Oil range, and this is their hydrating styling cream. I always use a styling cream on freshly washed hair, and I'd read some good things about this product for adding the moisture, giving the hydration back into your hair, and I've been using it for most of January now and I really enjoy it. But what I wanted to say is, I think if you had lovely, naturally curly hair that you don't actually have to do an awful lot of styling for, you like your curls, this would be perfect. Because I have curly hair, yes I do, it's relatively sort of straight from about here, but then from here all the way round there's kind of frizzy, ringlety curls that they need to be controlled, they need to be tamed in some way. But if I can let my hair air dry with this product on it, I can see that they would look really nice if I liked them. If I wanted my hair to look like that, I would be happy to just leave it at that. It makes your hair feel so soft. Even on day 2, I sometimes actually catch myself thinking, do I need to wash my hair? Actually, it feels really nice. And I'm putting that down to this product. I have to go in and style my hair. I can't just leave it as it is. But I'm hoping this is going to help because, like I say, I'm just trying to grow it out a little bit. So any hydration that I can get on the ends is going to be a bonus for me. So I'm really enjoying it at the moment. I picked it up on Amazon, actually. It's a 300ml pot of product. It's a pump applicator. And I would literally, I put a little bit more than that actually on my first go on newly washed hair. I'd probably put 2 pumps like that. And then what you can also do is put a pump of that size when it's dry and you've done your styling and you're just going to finish it off, and I can just sort of smooth down any sort of frizz, new growth from the top and just work it through the ends just to give it that kind of texture and add a little bit of hydration where you need it. So now we've got a little eye cream, and this is from the Superdrug range, and it's their Optimum, and it's a retinol eye cream. You don't see many high street retinol eye creams. I'm quite happy with the eye creams that I have. I have a couple of firm favourites on the go at the moment, but then you see retinol and you think, perhaps we need to give that a go. So I did. It's very different to my other creams. It's in fact a kind of gel texture. Look, you can't even see it. It's here. Whoops, it's up here. It's a clear gel. So it's very different experience, shall we say, from the creams and lotions that I'm used to. It's very gel-like, not watery in any kind, just in a nice even thickness, shall we say. So it's very light for under the eye, which is what you'd imagine, and I really quite like it. I use it in the daytime, not just at night, which you'd think a lot of retinol products are targeted for nighttime use. I have no problem using it in the day. I do go on with an SPF. Yeah, whether that would change actually in the summer when we've got more sun exposure, we'll see. But at the moment I am enjoying using it in the day as well. And I think it actually, because it's not so creamy and leaves that sort of glow that, you know when you put your face cream on and your face has got that hydrating glow whilst your face cream is still there and hasn't absorbed much. That's obviously what your eye area looks like after your regular eye cream. This just sort of takes back the shine and the creaminess a little bit. So when you apply your concealer, I feel sometimes that concealers can settle in your fine lines and move around a lot more because you've maybe got too much eye cream on. Whereas this one, you go in so lightly, and because the texture is sort of more of a gel and it's a different texture than a cream, I think my concealer sets and sits, I want to say better, I'm not, maybe a tiniest bit better. I'm not gonna sort of not use any of my other eye creams because this is the holy grail. That's probably never going to happen, is it? But I just like the way my concealer sits on top of this eye cream, and the fact that it's got retinol in it, which is going to help with the aging process, anything that can help with that, because I think my eyes are actually aging a lot quicker than the rest of me, shall we say. So yes, I'm enjoying that. Like I said, I picked it up in Superdrug, and it's their Optimum. It's Superdrug's one of their own ranges. So now we've got a vitamin C from the Inky list. I was in the market for another vitamin C, was I? I've got a couple, so no I wasn't, but I wanted to try it. You know what it's like. So this is the 30ml product of this vitamin C, and it's very different to what I have. I have quite a watery texture one, I have quite a creamy sort of lotion one, and now I have this one, which is, you would think, I'm going to show you, very just creamy white lotion, nothing unusual there, you would say. And then you go to spread it on your face, and it absorbs extremely quickly. It almost dries to a powder matte finish on your face, and it feels, it's got that slip of a silicone primer almost. That's what the first time, see now I'm doing that between my fingers here, it feels very powdery. I know, I think some vitamin C's sometimes they're likened to being a bit gritty. I can't say this is gritty because it's quite slick, but it is powdery. You do feel like you've got something between your fingers, if you know what I mean. But it absorbs really quickly, and like I say, gives almost like a semi-matte finish to your skin. You have to be relatively quick to move it around your face. Obviously, some people just dot vitamin C where they need it, and obviously everybody's face is a different size. So I don't use more than a tiny pea size, and I just go into my cheeks first, and then I work up to my forehead. So sort of apply it where you need more of the benefit from it. Without, obviously, you could obviously apply more, but you know, you don't want to waste the product, and you don't want to load your skin with too much unwanted product for each application. So be a bit sparing as much as you want to be with it. I don't find that I get any tingle from it at all. A lot of sensitive skinned people may, with vitamin C, get that tingling on their skin. I didn't get any of that. There is a scent to it when you first put it on, which it's not a pleasant scent, but it literally lasts for a second. As you recognise it, it almost disappears. It's that quick. So I'm actually really enjoying it at the moment. It sits on top of hyaluronic acid. It sits nicely under makeup. Again, have a little experiment on whether you would use this in the day under any primers or makeups. Obviously, you don't have to worry about that if you're just using a vitamin C at night time. I mix and match it with absolutely everything, and I've never had a problem with it. So I'm really looking forward to the long-term benefits. Vitamin C is very good for anything to do with the aging process, anything to do with hyperpigmentation, fine lines. It's gonna help keep the skin looking a little bit fresher than not using it at all. Okay, so next is this little product from The Ordinary. It's the AHA 30% plus BHA, bear with, 2% peeling solution. Now, you may have seen this online, you know, seen all the Instagram shots of people wearing it. It's this one. Now you may recognize it. It's almost like a beetroot juice. That's how I liken it. And it's a peeling solution. Obviously, a lot of actives that we put on our skin, like the vitamin C, the hyaluronic acids. I've got another one called azelaic acid. I use lots of things that are sort of resurfacing, but I've never actually branched out and gone into something that's effectively resurfacing and peeling, but not, if you see what I mean, it's not too aggressive. So I'm, you know, doing baby steps here. So this is the one from The Ordinary. I'll drizzle a little bit down on my hand. If you haven't seen it, I'm going to get a tissue ready because I don't want it dribbling off onto my jeans. So here you go, in the pipette. So you literally, I put this straight onto my face, just a couple of pipettes, and then I can dot if I need any extra, if I haven't got quite enough. So there it is. And you just rub it in. Not all the way in, just cover it all over your face. Forehead, obviously be careful around the eyes, don't go too close to the eyes. Go all around, chin, cheeks, the lot. To sort of that consistency. I don't go any heavier than that, any thicker than that. That's perfect. And obviously you're doing this on nicely cleaned skin of a night time is probably best. Yeah, you have to do a little patch test first, which I did. So I did a little splodge here on my neck and also down on my wrist. So I had different parts of my body. I don't know why, I just thought I should do that. I didn't do that for 24 hours. I did that a couple of hours before I wanted to use it. I thought if I was going to react, I was going to react. So everything was fine. So then I went on and covered my whole face, and I left it on for exactly 10 minutes. I've done this now probably 3 times over the last sort of 2.5 weeks, because that's how long I've had it. You kind of get a little bit addicted you've got to do it gradually. You've got to build up your skin's sensitivity to it, if it's going to have any sensitivity. Obviously you don't know that until you've used it. So I tried it the first time. I didn't get that huge, massive instant, oh my god, my skin looks amazing afterwards, which I'm glad, because you know, you've got to build up to these things and keep these things going consistently through your routine to have any lasting effects. So I waited probably 3 days and tried it again. Then I waited 4 days and tried it again. So you're kind of doing it, I want to get to doing it twice a week, but I'm going to build up gradually to do that. I'm going to do it again this evening. So that would be a Sunday night, let's say. So then I would perhaps try it again on the Thursday, and then maybe the Tuesday or the Wednesday. Do you know what I mean? Just build it up gradually. You don't really need to do it then any more than just twice a week. You know, I'm putting other things on my face. If at any time I feel just my skin getting too reactive to anything, this is the one I would just ease right back from and leave it off for however long, if that's 2 weeks, if that's a month, before going in with it again. I did see maybe after the 3rd time of using it, my skin did look brighter. It's really difficult when you're using all of these really good products and actives on your face, because you're not 100% sure which one it is that's doing that magic to your skin. But I'm just hoping it's just consistent use with all of them. All right. And basically a peel is, your skin is not going to peel. You're just going to wash it off. It might just look a little bit pink all over. Literally five minutes later, you know, you've walked out of the bathroom. The next time you look at your face an hour later, it's perfectly fine. There's no sort of lasting irritation at all. There's nothing. Your skin just goes back to being normal, and you put your normal night regime creams and potions and lotions on and go to bed as normal. In the morning it just all looks fine, you know. So I'm hoping with gradual use of using it, I will notice more of a benefit afterwards. It's going to help with the discoloration. It's just going to help keep your skin more fresh, shall we say, for want of a better word. Less tired maybe. I can't say, I don't think it's going to help with any sort of sagging or anything like that. Fine lines potentially it's going to help with. It's not going to help with any of the wrinkles that are kind of more set there. But then nothing's going to help with those. Nothing with a bit of filler or Botox, let's say. So yeah, I wanted to mention that. Don't be scared of it. It's not horrendous. You put it on your face, you do look a bit odd for 10 minutes. You wash it off, unless you've got mega hyper sensitive skin. Obviously you wouldn't even want to entertain this. But yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised and impressed with it so far, and I definitely am going to continue to use it. Maybe I'll report back in a couple of months to see if I've noticed any different, and maybe obviously I've got to think about how often I would use peels and things in the summer, because you've got to be really careful with your skin obviously the next day when we've got more sunshine. So really quickly, before we go on to the most worn, I'm going to mention 2 TV shows that I've been absolutely loving, I think with most of the nation in fact. Sex Education, 2nd series, halfway through it, not rushing it because I don't want to get to the end, if you know what I mean. You know that, you know, you've got that real good show you're watching and you don't want it to end. So, you know, we're doing maybe 1 or 2 a week. So we're on about 4, I think now, maybe 5. So if you've seen the first series, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. It is so cool. The actors are amazing. The script, everything about it, you will know what I'm talking about, like half the nation will, because we're all watching it. And the other thing I wanted to mention, I don't know with BBC iPlayer here in the UK how long it's on BBC iPlayer. I don't know the answer to that. So this may be done and dusted and not be able to watch, but I really enjoyed Dracula. It was a 3-episode drama from, like I say, the BBC. Each episode was just over an hour, about an hour and 15, something like that. The first episode was amazing. The best episode of any series. If they were going to grip an audience, that one did it for me. Second one was okay. The third one was okay, if you sort of mean. It changed completely differently. It's Dracula. You all kind of know Dracula, don't you? And Van Helsing is the vampire slayer, shall we say, of modern times that we know about. But that character, Agatha von Helsing, or Van Helsing, I think it is, that character is really cool. It's just really good. Like I say, I'm not going to use the word disappointed for the second and the third episode, but the first episode was so cool. But yeah, it's definitely worth watching if you're sort of lacking a little bit on what to find on Netflix and you've got BBC iPlayer and it's still there. It's definitely worth a watch. These are my most worn. I am going to show you me wearing them very quickly, and I will link below a couple of videos that I've also styled them in and where I've worn them and talked about them previously. But in case this is your first ever video of mine, thank you for being here. But these are the 3 items. This is the first, and it's a fantastic pair of boots from Faith, the range Faith that are here in the UK in Debenhams, and they're just a patent lace-up boot. They've got white contrasting stitching all around the boot, a relatively chunky sole without being too mega chunky, and lace up the front, but they have a zip up the side for easy access. And they are so comfortable, I didn't even need to break them in. They were comfortable on the first wear. They look cool with anything, from jeans to the next item I'm going to show you, to anything, absolutely anything. I'm looking forward to maybe branching out when the weather gets warmer, if I can find a skirt or a dress maybe that I like. Yeah, wearing, you know, they'd look cool with anything. And the trousers I'm talking about are these faux leather trousers from Zara, and they're kind of leggings. They have no pockets, they just have the side zip here, and you go down the leg relatively tighter here, and then you come to a zip which is zipped all the way up, is that long on the ankle, which is really actually a really lovely flattering feature. Just breaks up the expanse of black if it's a sort of a slightly warmer day, shall we say, and you just want to flash a bit of ankle, break it up a bit. If you're wearing the black boots, and this is obviously all black down the leg, black boots, you can just flash a little bit of flesh there, and I really appreciate that. So that would be those. And then next is the coat, the khaki coat. Again, you may well have seen this before if you've been here for more than this video. It's just a really dark khaki green. I wanted something a step away from the black, but still works amazingly with black, because a lot of my wardrobe is black, or cream, or denim. But yeah, I got this in a size 8 because it's relatively oversized. It fits fantastically. It's just a very long coat. I haven't got a kind of long coat that goes past my knee, if you know what I mean, and that's really appreciative actually when it's so cold at the moment. It's got lovely pockets. It's got a flap here. The pocket has a flap. Can you see? Yes. When you put your hand in, that flap tends to sort of go inside and then stay inside, but you know, I don't dislike that. The way it sits, sorry, I'm doing a really bad job of showing you, but the way it sits like that also is actually quite nice. It's got nice little black and beige tortoiseshell buttons, which are really nice, but I'll show you me wearing this outfit. Yeah, probably with this jumper on, just to show you. So here we are with the faux leather leggings on and the boots, and I think they match together so perfectly. I love these boots and leggings together. So you can see where the legging actually finishes on the top of the boot, which is perfect because it just peeks out a little bit of ankle, which I really, really enjoy. You can see, I think you can just about see where I've zipped up the legging just a tiny little bit up that whole slit, and it just peeks out a little bit there on top of the ankle boot, and I think it's fab. I love these leggings. They're actually really comfortable. They are quite warm, so they're going to be very much a winter piece, so I'm making the most of wearing them now while I can. And they've just got the side zip, obviously, as leggings tend to do, so no pockets whatsoever, and they just look really nice with a big slouchy jumper as well. So then this is the coat on top of all of this, and I love it. It's a fantastic contrast with the black. If you wear a lot of black, I think this dark khaki works amazingly. The coat fits amazingly on me. Like I say, it's a size 8. I tend to be a size 10, top and bottom, generally, depending on how I want the actual piece of clothing to fit. But I picked this one up in an 8, and it's perfect. It fits my shoulders well, and it just hangs so nicely. It has the big vent at the back. I don't know if you can see that, but like I say, I will list below down in the description box all the videos where I've mentioned this coat and tried it on for you previously. So there you go, guys. I hope you've enjoyed that video. I quite liked January, actually. It didn't go on quite as long as everybody makes out that it does. It goes really quickly, actually, for me. All the months do, as they do as we get older. But thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you'll be alerted to my next videos. I do try and upload weekly where possible. And thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment. Please like it, share it. Whatever you wish to do would be fantastic. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.